Ahoy, it's Ugg here and welcome back to another episode of Alchemy Factory on Broadside Gaming. So last time I made this. And I was incredibly unsatisfied with the way this works. So what I've been doing in my goal to try and micronize things. And I'm micronizing. I want to be able to create a like a platform that makes charcoal and does burning and grinding. This has that opportunity. So what I'm going to do, I have spent the afternoon mulling this. So this is how to build goddamn crucible configuration, right? So what you need, this is slightly, no, it isn't too big to go on there. Yeah, see, you're like this, right? So first things first, we're going to use a table because then you can easily clone it if it's sitting on top of a table. And we are going to, and it doesn't really matter where we build it because it's going to be built like, what's the word? It's going to be built, it's going to be like copied and cloned and so on and so forth. So I reckon we want one there, and then we're going to put one like that. So this first one is going to be the entry point for charcoal. Yeah. So what we're going to do in essence is we're going to have two wood cutters, yeah, and the wood cutters are going to be like, tell you what, just to be, gives a bit more space, right? Wood cutters are going to be like at the end here, yeah, and this is going to be the entrance to doing it. So what we need to do, and this is from the base level, okay? So this layer here, I want to use it as a, you'll see. Hold on. I'm not explaining very well at the moment because my brain's not working. Like usual, I'll get there though. Right. So reverse that. So basically the charcoal is going to come in the front. There's going to be 2 feet of the charcoal. There's going to be one that just puts wood in there and the other one that turns wood into charcoal. So we're going to need like two mojos feeding wood into this thing. Right. We also need a little bit more space at the back. So we're going to just layer that up because we're going to need that entire space at the back there. Okay. So as you can see, we need to put wood in the back here. So the wood is going to go, and this is going to become the charcoal. No, charcoal's going to go in here. Right, charcoal's going to go in here. Where is it? Split that back there. Right, and I'm not going to say this is going to give you perfect. It's not going to give you perfect results, but it's going to give you okay results. Actually, no, I told a lie. See, I'm doing it wrong again. Right. Because charcoal, there's a reason why I'm doing this. Right. Not getting it wrong. I mean, there's a reason why I'm doing it like this, right? So charcoal, we want to put it in like this. Right, and there's a reason why. Right, we want hotter burning charcoal. So if you look, the easiest way to make, right, charcoal, 40. For grinding it up, you get an extra 8p. So we want that because it's loads better than that. So we're going to have to be forced to insert our stuff at the front. Stuff's going to go at the front, which means we're going to have to do some cool stuff with lifts. So we're going to put a lift in here. All these things are in fact going to be lift functioned, lift powered. Yeah. Oh no, hold on. Always the way, always the way. Right. So that is going to come in there like that, boom, and that's going to, also we're going to replicate that further on down. Okay, so hopefully you'll see where this is going. So we are going to have a simple input of wood. So wood, no, Oh, other things. Other things. Not a simple input of wood. Grinder. We're going to put 3 grinders on here. So we get the 3 grinders coming out there. Right, now we put wood into this bit. Wood. Like so. Like that. Yeah. Right, and then the charcoal is going to come out the bottom here. Along here. Into there and into that one. And then out there into that one. And then, right, because we need to get like so. We need to get wood into here like that. So we just need to finish this bit off. You do need these things to make this work, but they're a fairly low. They're a fairly low ingredient. Just need nails, all right, and wood. So and the recipe. So it's pretty easy to get these. And then we just flip that around like that. We're going to flip that around like that. And then we're going to need more space here because we're going to do more burning at the top there. So basically, we've got all that. Right. And then we need to get the little platforms. So we've got room at the top to do stuff. As you can see. And then we're going to bring that stuff in there. Boom. Okay. So this will give us our charcoal. So this is our charcoal coming in here. And it come out here and it burn and it go through here. So next problem is what we need to provide. We need to provide whatever we're going to be doing here. Whatever we're going to be putting into the fire. Whether it be plant matter or it's going to be stone. So we can make lime ash. So we will get on and do that. So if we're making lime ash, you can see we've already got the bases here. So what we do is we just get more of these bad boys. We're going to do exactly the same thing here. And then we're going to get grinders. As you can see, we're going to just do a very similar thing at the front here. So we're going to put these things in. And now you're going to be like, wait a minute, Ugg. We need to get the base ingredient in. So the ingredient's coming out that way. We'll worry about how we're getting it in. Another in a second. All right. So we've got space here. So what we can do is we can just do a very similar situation here. So we just get that. Oh, actually, no, we don't actually need that. Get rid of that. Right. We're going to come in the front here. So we're going to come in here. So we're just going to basically get one of these. And then one of these. And then one of these. Nope. One of these. And then we're going to get one of these. And then we are going to do that. And then we just replicate it here. And replicate it here. Oh. Like that. And then we're going to like so. And then all you got to do, and there's a neat way of doing this actually. Hold on. If you want to be double neat about this thing, you can actually, if you're going to fuel it. So basically we're going to put one stone crusher and 2 wood in here. So our wood is going to be there and there. Look, this is the nice thing about this thing. It doesn't really matter how you get it into this, ironically. Doesn't massively matter. But you can do it this way. Yeah, like that. Get rid of all that. Nice thing about this game is you can sort of improvise this stuff. There, and then we just get... Ooh. No, stop clicking there. Ooh. Ugh. We need wood in there. The first lot of wood. It's slightly weirdly shaped, so I just got to make sure we can actually get it in there. That's fine. I tell you what, I like the way I'm just sitting there going like, it still confuses me. Always difficult when you try and record these things live, and you know my mind isn't fully made up on how to do things yet. It's not like I perfected the art of magic. Is that a better way of doing it? Wood. One of these. That's probably quite a nice way of doing it. Again, there's no right or wrong. So that means that stone comes up there. Wood comes out here. Around here. It doesn't really matter how you get it in there. Like there. Like I say, I haven't really worked out how to do it perfectly, and we can just split the wood like. It's fine. And now, and just for the purposes of demonstration, he says, that hadn't taken too long, 12 minutes. Unfortunately, it takes a while to build stuff in this game, but once you've done it, you can sort of like, hopefully, it's going to nicely and nice and easy to store it. So, and the only reason I'm explaining this is because this is the way I actually did it. So like that, and then I'll get a box, and then I'll demonstrate it to you. Alright, so we just need to get some wood, and we just need to get some, wood, and we just need to get some, don't know why I'm picking up seeds, I want wood. Wood and lime, so 1, 2, 3, oh, just like that, there you go. Right. And hopefully, with a bit of luck, you'll be able to see like that, and then like that. So, the manufacturing goes here. Of course, I'm an idiot who's got that wrong. Two. Hold on. Get rid of that. Like that. And then we can do this. Thank you for interrupting that. Right. And then we get stone. There we go. Right. So as you can see, now when the wood comes up here, I don't know why that isn't going the way we want. Right. Did you go the way I want? Thank you. Nice. Right, so this will go to fuel this thing, which will create free charcoal dust. And it goes. Fire. Then we get charcoal dust. As you can see, that charcoal dust comes down here. There's a little bit of fire going here. Not quite ready yet. As you can see, it comes out here. And then basically the charcoal dust goes in there, and then you get your stone gets burned in the kiln. You end up with quicklime, and then the quicklime goes down into production. And that is basically, so that's 2 woods, 1 stone crusher, and this just, as long as you keep wood on this thing, and you can do this table better. I think I've got a better table somewhere else that does it. And that is how you do that. And then if you're doing plant material, you can basically use a very similar thing here. We use charcoal, except instead of putting stone onto it, you put plants on it, and you take away the grinders, and you end up with plant material. So you end up with a box of plant material with burned ash, and you end up with that again. So as you can see, it's pretty efficient. It needs to get going. It needs to get rolling. But it's basically working. I'm sure you could configure this so you get a dedicated feed going to one and the other as well. When it gets its mind sorted, it actually goes all right. And there you go. As you can see, it's kind of like consistent. And if you want to give it a bit of a break to let it queue up everything and sort of give it a little bit of a head start, you can always, oh, see, that one's working fine. You can always like slam a little bit of coal in there so it doesn't actually, and then it will basically give this one a chance to get going. And there you go. And so this will produce you, I don't know, quite a bit of lime ash, because these things are going to constantly be going. And then if you take this, like, so that using the same principle where you're using this, right? I can take over. This is what I've done over here. See, it's no more complicated. This is oh, I've done 2. Look at that. You see? Did I make it slightly different? No, it's basically the same. I just did it more cunningly here. Yeah. So as you can see, basically going exactly the same way. Go around the top. Hold on. I want to see what I did differently. I was more clever back then. Yeah, this is less. Yeah, I did it more cleverly. There you go. So, yeah. So this is the optimum thing. You can actually fit. But that's not really what I was explaining. I was explaining how to make one of these. Not how to do the table in front. So that's how you do the table in front. That's a neater way of getting it up there. As you can see, exactly the same situation here. So on exactly the same situation with the plants. So we're just using the wood to create the charcoal, and we're putting plant material into it and not grinding it. So we've got an extra little bit of gap there, and we get plant material, and then we just push them down into combiners here. And all of this stuff is a single design, basically. Apart from this bit, this is a little bit garbage. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this on like a grid of 3x3. So I'm just going to clone it over there now. So anyway, that's how I do it. So let's quickly make a better plant factory. What have we got anyway? What have we got in our bag? Wood. Okay. Get rid of that. Right. Pick up this. Right. Get rid of this stuff. I shall show you my master plan. Oh, I've got loads of money on me. Why have I got that money? I've got to do something about money as well. I will do something about money soon-ish. Right. I need to convert the money into like a high denomination stock. Stop wandering around with tons of copper. Right. I am going to set up my... Right, it's compact enough that it actually fits in in a 3x3 table grid. So let's just grab this. So actually, I'll tell you what. There you go. That's how I do that. And so that's how I make a lime what's it? I don't remember called. What the hell? Quicklime. That's how you make quicklime. That's how I'm going to be making it anyway. So I'm going to leave it there for the time being. I'm going to actually call this video "How to Make Quicklime," and then I will see you for the next one. So if you've enjoyed that, please like, subscribe, ring the bell. It's obviously a work in progress. It's not perfect, but it's a fairly compact way of doing it. So until then, yo-ha.